Hey guys, and welcome to the second episode of a new podcast we have for you today. My name is Alex Henry, and with me here is my good mate Tom Creaser, who will join me each week to discuss the news of the week and just stuff that generally interests us. Does that sound about right, Tom?
Yep, it does.
Today we have a special guest. Her name is Katie Flavell, and she's kind of a superhero expert in our circles. And she's going to fill us in on everything to do with superheroes. How are you today, Katie?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
We also have a great lineup for you all, including segments on the Oscars, awesome and yet practical superpowers, and we give you the rundown on what to expect in comic book movies over the next few years. And if we manage to get through all that, we might even talk a bit about the Apple release. If not, then we'll get to it next week. But now, it's time to get down to business for our first topic. Tom, what did you find interesting about the Oscars?
Well, let's give you a rundown first of all. So the best picture went to Birdman, which I watched, and personally, I didn't get it, but I don't think the target demographic was me either. Best actor went to Eddie Redmayne for The Theory of Everything, which I haven't watched, but apparently it is a great film. What else? Best actress went to Julianne Moore for Still Alice, which I didn't watch, but everyone, which I did guess would get it. And best director was the director for Birdman as well. And what else won? I think what else won?
6.
Big Hero 6 won Best Animated Film. That was a good one. I think the interesting thing about this is that out of us three, not really the most qualified people to talk about the Oscars, because I don't know about you guys, but I've seen one of the films that got nominated for Best Picture.
I've seen most of them. Haven't seen all of them. Haven't seen Theory of Everything, and I haven't seen American Sniper. And I haven't seen Gone Girl.
You haven't seen any of them?
You saw Grand Budapest. Have you seen Grand Budapest?
Didn't see Grand Budapest? Oh.
It's a great film.
I did enjoy Grand Budapest. That's the only one I have seen. But what was interesting that came out of the Oscars to me was the speeches made by Patricia Arquette and the rapper John Legend and the rapper Common both made speeches. And what was interesting about them was they were talking a lot about equality. And Patricia Arquette was talking about wage equality, and she made a great speech, which got a lot of people involved on Twitter, as well as John Legend's speech. What did you think about that, Katie?
Yeah, I thought they all had really good speeches, and I know I saw Meryl Streep getting really involved in the audience as well. Yeah. That was quite funny to watch, but it was good to see. Hopefully that influenced a lot of people in the audience that don't see the same views as they do. So.
Yeah, all sounds pretty good. Well, I think we can all agree that the Oscars was a pretty interesting spectacle, but moving on, we have a new segment for you all today in which we pre-prepare an argument for a specific topic. Today's topic is, which superpower would be the best to have for you in your life right now? We have several areas in which we can argue, such as who would win in a fight? Are the government going to kidnap you? Are people going to know you have powers? Are you going to be a hero or a villain? It's all very contentious issues. One of the things I like is how practical are your powers? Like, are there cool things you can do? So, in the description below, we will post a link to a poll in which you guys can all vote on who won today's debate. And feel free to share in the comments what you guys thought and which power you would have. Now, let's get started. Katie, as the guest, you can begin. What have you got for us today?
So I chose super speed, and it can actually be very, very useful. Everyone was always underestimating it. So I think practical-wise, I can read a ton of books like that really quickly. And going to be hero or villain, thinking about that one's a tough one. Because either way, you would get noticed by the government. Yeah. Either way. Like,
you can draw attention to yourself.
Saving all the lives, draw attention.
Speed. Okay.
Yeah. But I think if the government were going to kidnap me, they wouldn't be able to, because I'd just be able to outrun them really quickly.
Yeah, but I feel like once the government know you exist, they're going to put plans into place to try and trap you. So, I mean, I think the only thing that's saving the Flash right now is that, like in TV shows and modern culture, is that he is helping people. So if you're going around robbing banks and stuff, it's going to create a lot of attention, and the government's going to try and think, what are ways we can do to stop this person?
See, I think I wouldn't use my powers for that kind of thing. I would actually think I'd be the fastest woman in the world. So I'd just be that much faster than Usain Bolt, so that I wouldn't have too much attention drawn to me, but I'd still be famous.
Just go straight into the Olympics, straight out, and no training.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's not noticeable.
No, I'll make up some kind of backstory. My mum will back me, I'm sure. So yeah.
All right, Tom, what have you got? Can you trump super speed?
Well, I've picked the good old cliche time travel. but been given a few parameters which I have to go by. So the first parameter is it's the DeLorean time travel, which means that I can only go back without meeting myself, otherwise it's a paradox, or I can't change the events so much that I cease to exist. And I can only I can't travel within space, I can only travel within time. So if I go back in time from Australia, I stay in Australia. Or if I go back in time from America, I end up in America. But I think my power is the best, because I could go back in time and just make enough money off something, yeah, that I would be good for the rest of my life, and no one would notice anything. No one would notice anything.
But they'd see you. They'd see your face in history if you.
Yeah, I'd change, but they don't know my name. I would change my name. I wouldn't be here.
I think he's right in that.
So
there are a lot of people
that
that look the same.
So Tom Cruise would disappear, right? I would disappear. I would fly out to America. No one would notice I was there. Yeah. And then once I'm there, I can go back in time and I can bet on a horse race, win lots of money. I can bet on the NFL, win lots of money. I can bet on the basketball, win lots of money. And then even if betting doesn't work, I can go back in time and like put all my money in like stocks of like Apple or something, and then make ridiculous amounts of money there.
See, I feel like with the betting, you're gonna get noticed. If you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars on individual bets, then the betting companies are going to go, excuse me, and maybe give you the old, where'd you know that was going to happen from? You know, tie you up in a room, get a big guy with some big fists to have a talk to you. And I don't feel it's going to be as successful as you think it will be.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. But then I don't have to do that. I can go back in time and then go back in time and then have I can go forward in time and then with enough interest in the bank, I can make lots of money like that as well. Go forward 1,000 years.
Is this your only priority in this situation? It's just making money?
But the society we live in says that if I have money, I will be successful, right? And one of the things is success. And one of the thing is successful, right? One of the things is being successful. That's one of the criteria for being the best power out of us, our three. Yeah?
Yeah, but I
could never lose in a fight because I would go back in time to a place where you didn't exist or you didn't know who I was. Yeah? And I don't need to go to...
Sorry, that assumes that you know the fight is coming.
Yeah.
If a guy punches you in the face randomly on the street, you're not going to be able to then time travel back...
Why not?
Mid-punch.
Your face would still be like...
Your face is still going to be a mess.
Okay, no, let's assume that all I have to do is touch a watch, the same.
Okay, so if it's touch a watch, you're still got to type in a date or something or a time.
I can go back 10 minutes and then realise it, can't I?
But you already be punched
But
up.
again, it's still you travelling back, right?
Are you travelling
if
back
you
to
travel
yourself,
back,
or you actually yourself is travelling back in time?
No, as in it would be. So it would be go back.
If your body is travelling back, right?
Yeah.
You still got punched in the face.
No,
If you're travelling back in time,
but I would know that I got punched in the face.
No. Okay, you're not going to a different
timeline.
version of you.
Yeah, no, I'm going to the same version of me 10 minutes ago before I got punched.
Yeah, but you just said you can't go back to the same time as you are in.
I think he's got a different understanding than us. So with your version, you're saying that you only travel back the 10 minutes in your head.
Yeah.
So your body rewinds 10 minutes, but you know what's coming, so you're going to change it differently.
Yeah, but then I couldn't go back.
But then you can't go back further than however old you are.
No,
What's the point of
I couldn't
going...
go back further than I am, but I also couldn't go back to other countries because I wasn't be in that country. Yeah,
so
that's
different.
That's time rewind.
That's a shocking power.
That's time rewind. That's not
so you
time
don't have
travel.
that.
Wait, so that's what you want?
No, I don't want that. I want time travel.
But if
you're
time travel,
what you just said.
But then you can't do
it back.
Exactly.
No, okay, so fine.
You still got punched in the face. It doesn't change that.
A different version of me got punched in the face.
But no, if you go back in time, you'll be going into your own timeline.
You go into your own timeline.
And you can't
paradox.
do that.
No, but if I don't meet myself, if I run away, then it's fine.
But if you affected to the point where you change the timeline, it's a paradox.
So that means I'm not allowed to go back in time to a period where I existed.
Yes.
So I have a 16-year
gap
till I get from when I was born to when I get the time machine till I get the time machine. I cannot go back.
I still would recommend meeting your parents.
I can't go forward, and I can't go forward either.
Again, you can go back and forward, but you can't change the timeline so much that you then cease to exist.
Okay, so I wouldn't go back, but I wouldn't. That means I wouldn't go back. I would go back more than 16 years. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you travel to somewhere where you're not.
Yeah.
And then travel back.
And then change my name and something. So So, or do I get though, if I see myself and I know it's myself, but they don't know that I'm them, is it a paradox?
Yes.
It's still a paradox.
It's still a paradox.
Why? But both of us don't know.
Well, you're gonna know.
I know, but he doesn't know.
Still a paradox.
No, wait, it wouldn't be. It depends. If it changes the timeline, then it would be a paradox.
If you meet yourself, that creates a paradox.
But it's only if it changes the timeline.
But if you meet yourself and yourself doesn't know that it's you, as in you're like, let's say you're 30 and you meet your 12-year-old self, or you've
your
been
12-year-old
traveling
self
in time for
isn't gonna
60 years
recognise
and then
your
you go
30-year-old
back
self.
to when you're 16.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay, I could do that, but I can't.
So then, what are the benefits? You just end up rich. That's all you get out of your powers.
Rich and all powerful.
That's so lame.
Rich and all powerful,
That's so
mate.
lame.
Well, technically,
What
we
else?
can
What
still
else would
do
you
that.
do?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
You ready?
Katie's can travel fast. That's
I can
that's
travel
all
to other countries.
I can
without
travel to other
having
countries
pay.
as well. I have a plane.
Yeah, without having to pay for the plane, I can just run there, like really quickly over the sea.
And anything you can do, I can do with money. So let's just except for travel fast.
Well,
I
I
can
can
travel a
get-
little bit slower than you.
Except for super
No,
speed.
as in I can travel slower
I
than
can
you, but I
get
can
money
get
as
to point A
well.
to point B. That's all your power is, getting from point A to point B
I would be
quickly.
so rich being the fastest woman in the world. That's just,
I don't know. They wouldn't let you.
I think
You'd have to be like Dash in like Incredibles and win by like that. Make sure you win by that
that's
much
the thing.
so no one would notice
Is that
you.
with your powers, you can't be either super fast or just above everyone else. So you can't like
so I've
rotate
only got the
between.
same speed.
No, I'm not saying that. It's like, it's your powers, you can control them, you can control what speed you go at. But I feel like if you win the Olympics by a second, right, and then the next week are travelling across the earth at 3,000 miles per hour, people are going to notice, and they're going to be like, well, that person's really quick.
Well, then she would never have. Yeah, she would never be able to use her power again.
But I
So-
could run
so you
so
have to
fast that no
choose-
one would actually see me though.
So you'd
They
have
would
to
see a
choose
blur. They
between
wouldn't actually be able to
you'd
see
have to
me,
choose between.
my face. Because you know, people get tricked.
Yeah,
They think,
yeah.
oh, something out of the corner of my eye, oh, it's nothing. Because I'd be
Yeah,
gone
blur.
before they see me.
Okay.
Oh, but then they'd be like, oh, where's the fastest woman in the world? Where did she go? She's disappeared.
Yeah, people will be like, why are you not a superhero? They see this blur in the corner of their eyes. People are going to notice. Eventually, people are going to connect together.
So it
You
would
have-
be
oh, this
better
is- you'd
There's
have
this
if
chance
I-
and
You'd
this
have to
chance.
choose
if I was a
being
superhero.
You'd have to choose between being an individual vigilante that no one would know their identity, like superhero.
Yeah.
And then make up. Katie Favell is the.
Fastest woman on the world.
No. Is it the Katie Favell is just a normal person.
Yeah,
but-
that would. So you either got to go with superhero with your alter ego, or you go with Katie Flavell, the Olympic sprinter.
I have the first option.
She's gone superhero.
Oh yeah. Because
Okay.
I could potentially still make money from that, but I could make myself a hero and a villain. I could have two costumes, two names,
But
and then like one steal from the bank, the other person pretends to save others.
Doesn't really make you a hero if in
so
your spare
you
time
could be
you're a
like a
villain.
psychologist. So you'd make up like a plan to look like a vigilante, but you're actually doing it all yourself. So you'd be super fast. You put people in a dangerous position, and then you go
save
back,
them.
change your clothes, and then save that person. But you have the exact same power. That's a bit suspicious.
Well, reverse Flash and Flash.
What's reverse? I don't know what that is.
It's comic book stuff.
But as in, do they have the same power? But
Yeah.
they're different people.
They're different people.
Yeah.
They have almost exactly.
Yeah,
the
but
same
they're
powers.
different people.
Yeah, but you see a lot of
Okay.
villains have
This
similar
is
powers.
also
to
isn't this
their-
also in a universe that there are more than one superhero in general, or is it just
No.
the universe
It's
of Flash?
just you. So that's what I'm saying. Is that if there's just these two?
No. As in
In
Flash
the
universe.
Flash, there's so many superpowers.
So
because it's the DC universe.
It's like in the Avengers universe. There's lots of superheroes. So
Yeah.
once you've seen one, you've seen them all, and
Yes.
you don't get phased, right?
Yeah, I think he's right.
When you see one superhero in a universe where there's never been a superhero, only like in reality, and then you see another one the same day, you're like, oh, that's a bit suspicious.
With the exact same powers.
Yeah, it was the exact same powers. That's
People are like,
It's not like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where there's just superpowers everywhere.
okay, so
Yeah.
here's where I think I got you guys. I kind of combined the best of both of yours. I'm going with time stop. Now, time stop is really, really awesome because I can just, like, in my mind, pause time.
Yeah, but what is that?
What is that?
You end up with
Still
the
be
same.
yourself
you
when
end
you're
up
I'm still
with the
myself.
same-
I'm still myself, right? So I can't suddenly lift cars and blow up buildings and stuff. But I can now basically do anything I want
Yeah.
in that time.
But you'd age much faster than everyone else.
No.
Yes.
In
So
this-
you don't
in
age
this-
and your time is paused.
No,
Well, I do
he
not-
does. Everyone else
I do
doesn't.
not age.
They age.
I do not
no,
age when
you
time's
age.
paused.
You've
I do
got to
not
age.
age.
That's the
No.
whole point. you're still moving at the same speed everyone else has
If you
stopped,
didn't-
right?
yeah,
so
you'd have
therefore
to
your
age.
body is still functioning and therefore aging. So you have less time than everyone else, which is ironic because you can stop time and have an amazing infinity of time, but you actually theoretically have.
Okay, so even if
less
I
time.
age, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I stop a second every day or something, like on average.
Okay,
Right?
if you stop it, what can you do in 1 second?
No, I'm saying on average, right?
Okay,
So some days I'm like, because this isn't the kind of thing where you'd have to do it all the time.
Okay, so you
It's
would,
just-
you'd have to
use it
it twice, so
sparingly.
it'd
I'd still
like,
be myself.
Yeah, it would be
I'd
like,
just do it every now and
it would
again.
be
for
like
some
having
fun.
rewind time, but you get like injured every time you do it.
So
Yeah,
it's
it'd be
like
like
an
that. So
exam.
you have to use
Pause
your.
time.
You would only be allowed to use your power,
Mm.
like sparingly, but then what would you do with that power?
But
if
it's
you
like
spend-
saying, would you rather live to 100 and be unhappy, or live to 70 and be happy?
Yeah, and I understand that, but it depends how much you use it, and depends how would your power make you happy? What would you do?
I could do so much stuff. You would never have to be tired again, because anytime you're tired, you could pause, go home, sleep for 6 hours,
And then you'd be
come back.
aged for 6 hours longer.
6 hours longer. Again, if you do that like once every couple of weeks.
Okay, once a
That-
but not
that-
every day. You
that
couldn't do it
loses
every
you,
day.
like,
if you did it
2
every
extra
day,
lives of your life.
every 4 days, that's an extra day of every. If you sleep for 6 hours, every 4 days, that's an extra day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I reckon by the
And
end of all
I
this...
think, as in, this isn't a problem for you because you'd be dead.
Mm.
But if you died like super early and nobody understood why, or you aged so much faster than everybody else in the world around you,
Mm.
yeah, they'd be a bit suspicious. But by then you'd be dead, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So they'd only know after the fact.
That's the other advantage, is nobody... Because I'm stopping time, nobody notices I have powers. I don't get caught.
Unless you stop time as people like, and then you disappear, right? So you stop time, you walk out the door.
Yeah.
and
I'll
then
always
they, like,
come
disappear.
back.
Yeah. So you'd have to make sure you're in the same position as when you stop
Yeah.
time.
I don't have to be exactly in the same position, but as long as I'm within a couple of centimetres, nobody's going to notice.
I don't know.
I can live a happy, comfortable life.
I still think mine's better because I don't age faster than you.
I still think mine's the best because I can do pretty much what he does just quickly. And
Why would you
people
want
would still-
that? People are going to notice you. You're going to get caught. The government's going to come through, shoot you with tranquilizers, and you're going to spend the rest of your life in a laboratory.
No, unless
Not
I'm a
if nobody
hero.
notices who that person is.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if they're not targeting her in her everyday life. They're
Yeah.
targeting the fast person.
But why would they? Unless she's bad, unless she decides to be a villain, I don't think
So
they
you're
would
just gonna
try and
have
take
all
it.
this power and not use it
Okay.
for good.
No, it's not. Yeah, I'll use it.
build
I'll use
a
it.
house for orphans and stuff like in less than a second. Okay, I can like stop world poverty by running over, you know, and
No,
if I
you can't-
stay
you
on the
can't.
hero.
Again, like, you're forgetting what governments are like. Governments don't look at people with powers. Have you not seen like an X-Men movie or anything?
Yeah.
Governments don't look at people with powers and say, oh, this person's helping, let's help them. It's not like that. This person has powers. If we can put that into everyone, we could save the world.
Yeah.
So they're going to lock you up, they're going to take your DNA, and they're going to try and
but that's
replicate
not
it.
X-Men. X-Men would be, oh, this person's like the
This person is
evolutionary.
dangerous.
Is the evolutionary step of us? We need to kill them now.
Sorry,
before
that's
they
the
take
cure
us.
them.
he's right. That's
Yeah.
the good case scenario. The good case scenario is that they lock you up. The bad case scenario is they see you as a threat and kill you.
As the evolutionary.
Then I probably wouldn't use my powers for being heroic. I would be an undercover hero.
You keep changing this.
So she could be a bit like a vigilante that nobody notices, and until someone films you.
Yeah, but
Again,
they
you're
wouldn't,
gonna
I would
get
be too
caught on
quick. They wouldn't be able to film me. They'd see this blur, but they wouldn't know who he is.
But a blur on camera is noticeable, right? If
Okay,
you see
so
a blur in
but
the
it
corner
could be
of your eye,
shrouded
fair
with
enough.
mystery like a UFO. Could be like, what is this blur, and then nobody would notice. And then it
But
is.
again, if it's the same blur popping up thousands of times over and over again, that's the thing about UFOs, is they're different every time. It's not the same UFO, so people are always like, that's
I would wear different
not true.
clothes.
Well, then you're not a vigilante. You just. What is the point of this? Like, are you trying to help people?
Hers
Like,
is trying to help
I'm
people.
trying to
At least
help
hers is
people,
trying to help
but
people.
you're
Ours
telling-
is just
I-
like.
You're telling me that I'm going to get noticed. So to not be noticed, I won't actually put myself out there saying I'm a hero. I would
Yeah.
just try and secretly help people.
She'd do a Superman, but be better at it than Superman is.
Yeah.
Or-
Except Superman is like, people know who's Superman.
people know who's
He
Superman.
doesn't
No,
know
Superman
they
has
don't
the
know
worst
if Clark
costume
Kent
in
is
history.
Superman, but they know there's a
Yeah,
guy
and
called
why do
Superman.
people? No, why do
I
people
wouldn't
not
have a
like?
name.
I don't know. They might not hurt Super. They don't hurt Superman in the old ones.
What?
They don't like, as in they don't hunt down Superman and kill him in the old ones.
Yeah, it's because it's again comic books. They want to have a happy ending. It's all written by people.
I don't know.
Remember?
I think they could take like comic books and just like leave. They might, because this is a universe with comic books inside them. Yeah, they might just leave her and then let her do her thing until she does something bad.
I think you'll do something bad eventually, and then the world will turn against you, and you're gonna be in a lot of trouble.
How do you know no one's going to notice that you're like there 1 second and then you move it tiny? Well, actually, that's not very noticeable, but you know, they'll see that you've been sleeping.
Also, in terms of awesomeness, and I'm going to beat all of you in a fight.
No, you're not.
Not
because I would go
necessarily.
back
Yes,
to a time
because
when you
I don't-
didn't
I
know
don't-
who I
Let's
was.
hear his argument
It
first.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? I just go pause. Neither of you can use your powers. You are paused. Neither of you can use your powers. I just kill you both. It's all over.
Except for the fact that I have super quick reflexes, I would beat you both up before either of you could travel back in time or
if
stop
she's
time.
going at super speed and you pause, does she become normal? If she's going
No,
at
no,
super
because
speed,
it's not.
It's a
I'm
time
not
is
slowing
paused.
down time.
It's
Time is
pausing it.
paused.
But I have that fast reflex, I could just beat him up before he even stops time.
She thinks she's faster than my mental processes.
Yep.
oh no, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to mentally
Yeah,
stop
it's
time.
stop- it's just
no,
stop
it's
time.
a watch. It's the same.
No,
as mine.
because you have to.
It's the same
No,
as
no.
mine.
Here's
I
the
can't
difference.
just think
I
I'm going to
can
travel back
just
to
say
this
your
time.
watch.
I
Here's the
travel
difference.
back in
You have
time.
to set a
I can
time and a
disable
date.
your
No, I
watch.
don't. I can. Then I can.
So wait,
think
yours
of
is the
time and date.
superpower that is fixed to technology.
What? No, it's like a watch that's like built into
That's
me. I'm
technology.
like,
Okay,
on it.
but okay, you have to set a time and a date. Mine is literally 2 buttons: pause and play.
Fine, but it's not on a watch. You still have to go from your
You can still
from
break
this
your
hand to
watch.
this hand and tap it. You can't.
Oh,
then stop
I'm sorry.
watching.
Then my hand is permanently leveled here, and I just go down.
Yeah. Okay.
So do you reckon I could, if she's 100 meters away, do you reckon I could do that before she hits me in the face?
No.
Yes. What?
No, she'd hit you in the face.
Yes, I would. Yes. So I would
Just
hit you in the
click the
face
button.
before you could click that.
You reckon then I could click a button? It's just.
No, you
I have to
wouldn't be
move.
like
Did I
that.
go?
It would be out of the blue. Okay, it would be out of the blue, right?
40,000 something
You
miles
No,
couldn't.
it's like 4,000 miles per
4,000
hour.
miles per
You
hour.
couldn't stop it. You couldn't stop time until you noticed that we existed, right? You wouldn't. So you'd have
No,
to
okay,
stop
but
time as
in
soon
terms
as
of a
we existed.
fight-
So if she attacked you first, you're dead. But if
Oh,
you
yeah.
find out that she's
there.
Yeah?
She's dead. Again, it's all about pre-planning, right?
Yeah.
And this is where I hate people fighting, saying, "Oh, Iron Man would beat Hulk in a fight," because again, whoever knows the other one's there first is going to win. What I'm talking about is literally like dropped into an arena.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
3,
I
2,
would
1,
win.
go. Who wins
I would
first?
win.
She would win first. I still
You
think she
reckon
would.
before I can go like that?
Yeah.
Just tap
Yeah.
my watch. That's all I have to
Reflexes.
do.
Yep.
No,
All I have
it
to do is
depends
run.
on like if it's Hunger Games
Run
style where you're
immediately.
not allowed to move until they click one, right?
Yeah.
So you're not allowed to move
So-
until
so
they
if
click one.
it's Hunger
but,
Games
but
style-
if you're like this, if you're not if you're like this,
Yeah.
I still no, I still think she's faster.
That is so dubious. I so reckon that I could.
My reflexes would be much. I'd be able to run.
She
super
still
and
has
I
to
could-
set off.
speed.
Okay, fine,
My brain
fine.
works in super speed
Or
as well.
okay, I'm like this, yeah. I go like keep going.
You have to
back
set
and
a
back.
date.
What?
You have to set a date.
I said it beforehand. Then. I said it before the fight.
But then what do you do? So if
I
you're
go
put
to
into
the-
an arena.
I
You'd be
go to
running
the
away from the
future.
fight.
Okay.
You keep
Here's,
running away from the fight.
sorry. Okay. Here's
Yeah,
the
I
thing,
just
right?
run away.
You're a coward.
That's
That's
straight.
not winning the fight. It's
Okay.
who would win in a fight, not who would run away in a
Bear in
fight.
mind, right? So if we're in an arena, you travel forward and through time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I disappear. No.
You still can't leave the arena.
Yeah, I can.
How?
Because I disappear with myself, right?
Yeah,
I
but
can
you
get-
still beat the arena.
But then when you appear in the
because
set time of date, you're still in the arena.
I'm
So
in
we'll
the
just
arena,
wait
but
for
you're
you.
dead because I'm
We'll just
traveling
wait
100 years
for
into the
you.
future, or whatever it is.
Huh? But do you think the other people are going to be like, oh, that guy has time travel. You know what? We should probably disassemble the arena as soon as these two have killed each other.
Oh, they would make sure when I turned up. So
So,
I
okay,
would put
okay,
it
so-
in a date that they didn't know where I was.
Okay. So here's the parameters for that, right? If it's in an arena, you can travel through time, but only from and to the points in which you are in the arena.
Yeah,
right?
I know, yeah,
So
yeah.
you can travel like half an hour forward into the fight, but you can't travel through time to the point where the arena didn't exist. So, okay, because if you're saying that, then you're just going to travel out of time and there's no point fighting.
Yeah.
Okay? So what
You
I'm
would
saying...
both be dead
What
because
I'm
you're
saying, no,
gonna
no,
hunt
no,
years
no.
in the future.
It's not fair. What I'm saying
Or
is,
back
right,
to when you're
here
not
are the rules for you fighting in an arena. So we all get put in an arena. It's so you can't travel through time to the point where the arena doesn't exist. So once you travel through time, you can't, so when it starts, you can't travel back. You can travel forward, and you can wait 5 minutes and then travel back.
My power's useless. In
So
the fight.
no,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's almost teleportation. when you think about it.
But I end up in the same spot. So I'd go 5 minutes, but when I come out of that 5 minutes, do I automatically come out and stop and freeze because you've stopped time?
Technically, you pausing time
No.
is still teleportation anyway, because you could just pause time, go over there, and like you teleported.
Well, that's interesting. So if I've stopped time, and he has travelled through time to the point where he's going to arrive in 5 minutes' time.
Do you
You
pause
wouldn't
all
arrive.
time?
Yeah, all time pauses. No, so you wouldn't arrive. So if I know she's coming, right? If I kill her first,
You wouldn't.
I can just stand next to the point where you disappeared with my sword like this, wait for you to appear, and as soon as you appear, go bang.
That would be
Yeah, I
good.
could. You could do that.
Except for the fact that I beat both of you before you could even
I still
do
think she
that.
beat us
so,
both. She's also got good. Hers is the best in the fight. Mine's best to be successful, and then yours is just like.
Mine is fun. That's
well,
what
mine
you
could
two
be
lack.
fun too. I could
Mine
run
is-
overseas. I could run.
I don't think yours is that good. I think it's all cheap ploys. I'm not convinced. Right. So what we're going to do with this is that we have a poll in the description below. You guys feel free to vote. Let us know who you think won the argument and which power you would have in your everyday life.
And super speed.
Yeah, thanks for that, Katie. Moving on now, we're going to talk about comic book films and where they're headed in the years to come. With Age of Ultron, the Avengers new film coming out very soon, which films are we excited for? Which ones do we think are the ones that are going to bring in a lot of box office and get people excited? Katie, which ones are you liking?
Oh, Captain America Civil War, I am very excited for. Well, firstly, it's Captain America, and he is by far one of the best superheroes.
We can talk about that another day.
I'm also excited for Doctor Strange, since Benedict Cumberbatch is playing Doctor Strange, so I'm very happy with that.
Did you see Sherlock?
Sherlock.
The
What?
special coming out in Christmas
Yes, I did
is
see
in
that.
Victorian times. It's either they travel back in time to Victorian times, the characters, or they're just it's completely one-off where Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman are playing old Sherlock,
That is so cool.
which I think that'll be what it is.
So that's nothing to do with superheroes, but that is so cool.
Yeah, off on a tangent.
And I was saying, Avengers Infinity War, Part 1 and Part 2, even though it's a Part 1 and Part 2, which most movies are doing these days, which is very annoying, but still I should be excited for that, very excited for that.
Yeah, Avengers is getting me pretty excited. I mean...
Especially, I was reading the other night what superheroes are going to have in it, and they have a lot of them,
Oh,
and
there's a lot of people.
I'm so excited for that.
Because they're expecting that after Guardians 2, they think there's going to be a crossover in either Infinity War Part 1 or 2, in which the Guardians will team up with the Avengers.
They're in the Avengers Infinity War.
So
that's why I'm very excited.
Very excited for that. We've also got a couple of new superheroes coming into the universe very soon. We're going to see Ant-Man, who will probably be in Avengers 3, we're hoping. We're going to see Doctor Strange, as you said. But a couple of the big ones, Black Panther is coming in 2018. Played by Chadwick Boseman, who everybody's really excited about. And Black Panther will be the first black superhero in the cinematic universe. So this is a great step forward, and really looking forward to that film because Black Panther has a great story, and he will tie in a lot with Age of Ultron, and they were expecting a lot of backstory for Black Panther come through Age of Ultron. Creasel, what are you liking for me?
I like X-Men. I know that like it might get it's getting a bit old at the moment, but I still like Days of Future Past.
Yeah, that was.
And I'm always excited for a new X-Men film. And Deadpool, just because he's the anti-hero.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody loves Deadpool.
I think Deadpool could be one of the films I'm most excited for over the next few years. That clip they released at Comic-Con a few years ago, that was, it was great. It was so funny, so perfect for Deadpool.
Looking at what else down the list. Avengers I'm excited for, but still content. Batman vs Superman, I will watch in skepticism, but still damn excited for. And then Suicide Squad, which you explained me the premise, and it sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Suicide Squad is one of the best things DC has ever come up with. It is a team of villains that has been imprisoned by the government, and when the government needs a team that they know they can afford to lose, or that they know that is going to kill people, they call in the Suicide Squad. And we've got members such as Harley Quinn, Deadshot, a couple of great people. Plus, in this rendition of the Suicide Squad, we also have the Joker, which is going to be
And Batman also
exciting.
is making an appearance as well.
Possibly.
Because most of the villains that are playing it, that are characters in Suicide Squad were imprisoned by Batman. So there's going to be a throwback to that.
And we got, in that film, we have Jared Leto playing the Joker. It's seeming like a pretty good casting there. I know a lot of people like him. Margot Robbie, the Australian's going to play Harley Quinn, and everybody's on board with that. She did a great job in The Wolf of Wall Street. So everybody's looking excited. I know Will Smith is playing Deadshot.
Yeah.
This is a big call. It's not the role everyone expected for him, that's Suicide Squad.
Justice League as well.
Justice League is going to be big.
Again, they did a part 1 and a part 2, so
Yeah.
just making us wait.
What do we think about Justice League? Are we convinced?
I still prefer Marvel, the Marvel universe,
I
but
don't know, looking at the list,
they're making a lot more movies as well. As Marvel.
DC's looking as good, if not better, but that's because they're going out. I think they're going like pretty
Marvel's had a
wide
head
with
start,
Marvel.
though,
They're going to some
so Marvel's had a big head start.
Yeah.
places.
But no, Justice League should be really good. Like, I'm excited to see them all team up. I mean, Batman vs Superman, they're getting like Aquaman, Wonder Woman. So
Aquaman.
yeah.
Did we all see the costume? The new costume that was released?
When was this?
It was 2 weeks ago, I think. They released the costume for Aquaman, what he's going to look like in Batman vs Superman and
Look that up. I don't think I've seen
Justice
that.
League. It's quite interesting. It's got a Polynesian theme, and he's got armor on one side. It's exactly the opposite of Aquaman in the comics. There's no orange and green spandex costume.
I like that though. You know, that's Aquaman.
But I really like this costume because I think Aquaman really needs to be like a badass. I really think they need. No, I think they really need this guy that's because in the comics, Aquaman is one of the most powerful characters in the DC universe.
No, he's not. He has no legitimate power.
He does.
In the ocean.
Huh? He is the king of the ocean.
Yep.
The ocean is 70%
How many
of the Earth's
fights
land
are in
mass.
the ocean?
Well, clearly some of them must be, or Aquaman wouldn't exist.
I don't know. It's not like, I don't know.
No.
Because when you take like Poseidon from things, he's got.
You know he beat
fights.
Superman in a fight in one of the comics.
Yeah, one of them. But that was probably because it was set in an ocean.
Well, again, 70% of the Earth is an ocean. Somebody has to guard the oceans. Anyway, Aquaman is played by Jason Momoa. He's got a new costume. It looks pretty awesome. I'm digging it. It's going to be great seeing Aquaman come out and destroy everything with his trident that's actually got 5 prongs, but whatever. Let's not argue about that. One that's definitely interesting is the Shazam film coming out in 2019.
I'm so excited for that. I love
the comics. I love the TV show Shazam. It's great. The cartoon TV show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Great.
Oh, I never saw that.
Was it a little kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little kid that if he said Shazam, he would turn into the.
That's what
Shazam
is.
Yeah, but it was really, really, really good cartoon.
So then
So
you would know his main villain is a guy called Black Adam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the guy they've cast to play Black Adam in the Shazam film is The Rock.
That's great.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are excited to see The Rock get out. Going back to Marvel, we're going to see Captain Marvel in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone's looking forward to that. They're doing the casting around about now. And so everybody's looking forward to that. What do we think about Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Are we excited? Are we a little bit anxious? Is Spider-Man overdone right now? Do we have too many Spider-Men?
I think there's never too many Spider-Men because you'll get to compare which one you think is the best. I think Andrew Garfield did an amazing job as Spider-Man. I have to say I preferred him to Tobey Maguire. Sorry, Tobey Maguire. But I think it'll be really exciting because I'm pretty sure it's going to be in Captain America Civil War, Spider-Man, but they're recasting. So I
Is he in the Justice League?
Spider-Man. Spider-Man's Marvel.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Good job, Tom.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be in Captain America Civil War.
It's because Sony owned him.
Oh, okay.
And
in the comics,
they kind of loaned him back.
I know there was some crossover in the comics.
Yeah. Spider-Man's part of the Avengers in the comics.
Yeah, and there was an episode on Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the cartoon TV show, where he went in the Avengers.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure he and Captain America got along well, so that's why I think he's going to be, because it's part of the Civil War, I'm pretty sure, so that should be good to see him in there. I just hope the casting good. I've seen a lot of the lists of names that they might be considering, and some of them I'm like, no, not really. But some of them I'm like, yeah, that'd be a good choice. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. The thing I'm not excited for is, I mean, it's cool that we'll be having a Flash movie. I don't want Ezra Miller to play the Flash.
You don't?
I don't think he's going to do good. I don't know.
What have you got against Ezra Miller?
I don't know, I don't want to be like superficial, but I don't think he has the right looks for the Flash.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And
Yeah, the Flash is a pretty interesting hero. He's got a very distinct look. He's very young and
I feel
learning.
like Ezra Miller's going to be a bit too crazy for the Flash. I think he needs to be a bit more serious or like quiet than not so crazy. But
do you think Grant Gustin's doing a good job in the TV show?
Funniest thing, I haven't actually seen the TV show yet. I am so annoyed at it.
So I'm the only one that's seen The Flash on TV?
Yeah.
It's great. You guys should... It's one of the best comic book TV shows on right now.
I want to watch it so badly.
I feel like I have to watch both.
Yeah, Arrow's good. I reckon...
Yeah,
but the thing is...
I have friends telling me to watch both Arrow and Flash. You have to watch them together, apparently. It's better if you watch them together.
It is definitely better if you watch them together. Arrow's probably at this stage a better show, but I reckon in terms of where Flash is now in comparison to where Arrow was, Flash is better.
I've seen the trailers for Flash. I'm definitely happy with the casting choice of the Flash. I actually think he's doing he'd do a really good job. So I'm excited to watch it. I need to watch it soon.
For those Flash nerds like me, Mark Hamill is coming back in one of the next few episodes of The Flash, and he's playing the Trickster. And I'm very excited about that. For those that don't know, Mark Hamill played Luke Skywalker in the original Star Wars, which is, just love him acting. He's a great guy. So is there anything else we want to mention? Which one do we think we prefer? I think that's how we're going to sum this up. Out of Marvel and DC, which one are we going to spend the most time watching over the next few years?
Marvel.
Marvel?
I think, in my opinion, Marvel.
Tom, what are you thinking? As somebody that's not a genuine comic book nerd, but still goes to the movies if they've got enough appeal, which one of these screams to you, it needs to be seen?
Most of them do on both sides, but I think because of the sheer number of Marvel films, I have to go with Marvel. But then there's like Deadpool, which is in the middle, which as well is going to be good.
Yeah. Deadpool will definitely get a lot of people excited. For me, this is very confusing because at this stage, Marvel is definitely making better films. I did not like Man of Steel at all. I thought it was so poorly made.
It was okay, but I have seen better movies.
And if DC, I reckon DC have a better roster of films coming up. Like, the only ones that really get me excited in the Marvel ones are the Avengers films and Civil War. Like, Guardians 2 will probably be good, and I'm interested to see what they do with Black Panther and Captain Marvel.
Ant-Man not getting you excited?
The trailers haven't got me excited, and Paul Rudd is a superhero. I'm not convinced.
I don't like that with Ant-Man. Is they're going to have the newer Ant-Man, not the old
not
Ant-Man?
the original. Because he's the original Ant-Man character was, I can't remember his name, is mentoring the new one.
Oh yeah, Hank Pym.
Hank Pym, yeah.
Which means they probably won't have the Wasp in it, and the Wasp was one of my favourite superheroes.
She might be, I believe.
But she'll be an old.
Yeah, it'd be in a sequel possibly, and they'll get to that. So if DC can execute these films well, they've got such a great lineup. Batman vs Superman, if it's done well, will be awesome.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, the cast is great. I'm so looking forward to that. Justice League Part 1 and 2, that's looking great. I like the look of Aquaman. They've got some good films. It's just, is the execution from DC going to be good? Do we think it's going to be a change from Man of Steel? We're going to see some good films.
Well, I think the Batman films were really good.
But it's not the same producers. Again, it's a whole different lineup. That was more Christopher Nolan being given permission by DC to do really what he wanted. Whereas in this one...
Well, then why don't they get Christopher Nolan back? Because he would make amazing movies with them.
He's past that.
Well, if they are anything like the Batman movies, I think they should be good. If they are like, especially the Green Lantern movie,
the Green Lantern movie did not fill us with a lot of faith, and neither did Man of Steel. So in the end, I think we're probably going to have to go with Marvel. I think that's the one we're most looking forward to. And with that, unfortunately, we are out of time for this week. Thanks to this week's guest, Miss Katie Flavell. You put forward some excellent points today and bring us some much-needed positivity.
It was fun.
Thanks to all the listeners for joining us and putting up with our quirks, and to you, Tom Creaser, for the energy that you bring to our conversations. Feel free to join us next week when we will be be discussing the news of the week and whatever we find interesting. I've been your host, Alex Henry, and I'll see you next time.